This video is brought to you by the EA Creator Network. I'm a member of the EA Creator Network, and thank you to EA for providing me a copy of this game. Let's get straight to the video. How's it going, YouTubers? Cornwolf here. Thank you for joining for another video today. And today we've got a review of the F1 2022 game. And I'm going to do something a little bit different. I've reviewed a lot of these games and they tend to become a bit of a muchness. So I'm going to focus on what I like about the game and what I don't like about the game, and then an overall review or kind of wrap up at the end of the segment, if you like. So what do I like about the game? Well, it's nice to have the 2022 cars, liveries, drivers, you know, the usual stuff that you get with these iterative updates. Once a year we get a new game and things like that, and I commend EA for what they've been doing or trying to do, and Codemasters obviously unsure of, you know, where things lie these days, but they've tried to do something a little bit different with this, because obviously everything's new for this season and they obviously wanted to get a game out, but by the time production comes around and they're doing things, the cars aren't really fully developed and things like that, so we don't get the full feel for it, we don't get the porpoising, etc, etc, although it seemed to be a long time coming throughout the F1 season, or through, you know, for the first half a dozen or more races, and then it seems to have quickly died off. Don't know if it's completely gone, but who knows. So that's obviously not replicated in the game, and I think because of the changes they've struggled with the game a little bit, and the handling, and they tried to do something, like I say, different or more to how the cars are, but then it kind of went the wrong way for me, and it just meant that the first month or so that the game was out, I didn't play it an awful lot. Been very busy personally, different video, but you know, we'll get to the other bit of what they did with it, but it's not as pick up as and play, which will be one of my dislikes when we get to that. But it does look really good. I like how they've added in the Pirelli hot laps and the supercars, and I like the fact that they've gone and enhanced the PS5 haptic controller, so it works a little bit better. Personally, I didn't think there was anything wrong in 2021 with that, but they've gone and updated that, and you know, overall great package, lovely cars, lovely tracks that we've now got and things like that, and you know, you're off to the races. Now what I don't like, in this section I'll try and keep it sweet and short and sweet, shall we say, and unfortunately the controller side of things hasn't been great, and to be fair, nor has the wheel. The actual overall control and feel for the game hasn't been as good as it normally is straight out the box. There's been issues with not necessarily wheels or controllers, but just the way the cars handle. They've been very tail happy. I thought it was because I was hitting some curbs, but then when I'm trying to avoid the curbs, it still wants to spin out and do weird things, and I just thought maybe it's because I've not done a lot of racing recently. But then speaking to Matt from Code at Moments and a few other people that I race with, it appears to have been across the board until patch 1.06, which is the reason why this review's coming out a little bit later, because I wanted them to do the patch, get it out and see how it is. Now I haven't had a chance to go back to the controller, but it is better on the wheel. You're not as twitchy, you're not as, you know, likely to spin out, and I know other people have had to put in some instances the traction control up to max, and even then they were struggling. So it seems like a lot, not everything, but most things have been sorted in patch 1.06, which is when I've done my wheel video as well, coming out at the same time as this. And unfortunately the game doesn't seem to be as pick up and play as 2021, and unfortunately that's one of the things I loved about it, and one of the reasons why I love Gran Turismo 7 and Forza, and whether, you know, that's Horizon or Motorsport stuff, because you don't have to have your wheel plugged in, and I do like that accessibility side of things. It's nice that you can just pick up your controller and go, do you know what, I'm going to go and do a few races or do something to, you know, do your daily tasks and things like that, and you don't have to get your wheel out, hook it up, blah 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 blah, if you've not got a setup rig, you know, for us filthy casuals. I also don't really care too much about F1 Life, which they've now put in. It's okay, you can customise stuff, it just seems a bit of a money sink. Now it's nice that they're doing microtransactions and things like that for people that want to buy those things and buy the Puma gear and stuff like that, and it's better than it affecting the game. So fair dues to EA, but it just does nothing for me personally. Might be my age, don't know, but it's just one of those things that I'm like, but I just don't do anything with it. So if it's your thing, great, put it in the like section. For me, kind of in the dislike section, or just I'm not fussed about it. It doesn't really affect my game at all, but it's just don't see the point of it, the purpose of it. And then lastly, I guess it's the supercars that they've added in. Now when it was announced, I was like, hell yeah, that's awesome, go and do some Pirelli hot laps and things like that in these cars, but they don't handle great. There's a massive difference between obviously them and an F1 car, which there is anyway, but I just don't get the feeling or the sense that they've put a lot of effort into it, so they don't feel amazing. And okay, yeah, you're not going to have a race in them, but why put it in there if they don't want people to drive them? So yeah, they don't handle and feel amazing, but it is what it is. And it's, I wish they'd have put a little bit more effort into it for having something different, since we don't have a career mode or a story mode this year. Now they have said that they're on like a 2-year cycle, so whether it's coming back next year or the year after, I don't know. But that side of things was quite nice, so hopefully that will return. And I was hoping that the supercar side of things might have filled that void, but it didn't. So overall, I enjoy the game. I love F1. It's nice to race in the latest cars and keep up to date with it. However, if you're not a die-hard fan and you're not bothered about driving the 2022 spec cars, personally, as it stands, I feel like the series peaked at 2021. So if you want to just drive some of the races, not too bothered about the fact that some of the drivers might be in different teams, or the liveries look a little bit different, or some drivers are there, some that aren't currently racing now in that game, I personally would pick up 2021. You can pick up a controller, you can play it, you can probably pick it up dead cheap if it's not already on EA Access and things like that. And if you're not bothered about some of the new features, just get that. I guess one of the things I missed out in the dislike is multiplayer. I only play with people I know, because the crashing and stuff on that, and some of the other videos I've seen from some other YouTubers is just ridiculous. So yeah, not for me, the multiplayer side of things, but it's still a good game, and I'm not knocking it. I'm just saying that I think 2021 was a better game, and unless you're after the latest cars, liveries, tracks, you want to race on Miami and stuff like that, personally I'd stick with 2021. See this one out, and then hopefully 2023 will be a little bit better. They'll get on top of the cars a little bit more, and we'll get a few things and see what happens with it, really. So that's it, guys. That's my review. It's up to you whether you buy the game or not, obviously. I'm not going to influence you either way. If you want the latest liveries, cars, things like that, get 2022. If you're not that bothered, get 2021. That's my honest review. So if you found this video informative, you liked it, different things like that, smash that like button. If you've just stumbled across my channel and you're not a subscriber, please be subscribed to the channel. There's lots of other videos that will help you get your wheel setups, what I think of certain racing games and things like that. And drop a comment below, let me know what you think to 2022. Until next time, guys, thank you very much. I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye.